How's it going, homies? My name is Chris, and this is another video with Homes in 5, and today we're going to take a look at the Battlefield Hardline beta. So, myself and a bunch of people were able to go to the Battlefield Hardline beta event with EA Games over in Sydney, somewhere around about the city area. I think it was Darling Harbour or Circular Quay, somewhere around that area. But we got to go and play the game for the beta before anybody else had. It was really cool being able to get on this game before anybody else, and EA made a very, very good event. We had a Q&A with some of the team that worked on developing the game. And it was just a swell time. We got to play the game nice and early, got to have some drinks and food, and just chill out amongst friends, which is very, very cool. But as you can see on screen right now, we have some gameplay running. So this is going to be showing off two different game modes that we got to play throughout the night. Those game modes are Heist and Hotwire. Now, there was a third game mode we played, which is Conquest, but everybody's seen Conquest. We get the concept of it, so I chose not to put that in this video. So I hope you enjoy the gameplay that comes from these two game modes. I'm not exactly sure what order I'm going to showcase them in, so it's probably just going to be a clip of, you know, good stuff that happened whilst I was playing, so there's not going to be a lot because I'm not good at games. But as I was playing the game, my favorite game mode out of the two was definitely Hotwire. So Hotwire is essentially, there's a number of cars that are marked on the map. Police and robbers, or cops and robbers, basically have to try and control those cars as long as possible, keeping it away from the enemy team. So you have to drive over a certain speed, keep your car intact, don't die, and you know, as you drive faster and, you know, hold the car for longer, you'll earn more points for your team. Now, first person to reach the points cap wins, and yeah, this was probably the most engaging of the game modes that I played personally for myself whilst I was in there. So I know that, like, when I was playing this, there's a number of different ways the game can go, and a number of different ways to keep the car or steal a car. I mean, personally, I didn't really want to shoot people in the head through a window to try and get the car back, so I was running around with like a grenade launcher and just blowing up cars as they drove past. And there's a few shots of that in here, I'm pretty sure. Other options, though, are that yes, you can decide to shoot somebody through the window if you've got the line of sight, and then you can steal that car back and make it your own. This was the most fun game mode that I could think of for the two that were there that no one had seen before or played before, I guess. There's a lot of crazy stuff that can happen in this game. There are a number of different maps that we played it on as well. You'll see those maps throughout this video as well. But yeah, Hotwire in itself was very, very fun for me. It's very, very fast paced. You know, you've got to make sure that you're doing the right thing at the right time. You can't just camp as well. You can't just sit around and watch people drive the cars around and blow them up, because you're guaranteed to lose if you do that. So you've always got to be doing something. And the maps are laid out in such a way that there's a number of different ways you can take the cars. I will say that the cityscape level at times did get a little bit, I guess, a little bit racetrack looking, so it was very much like a single straight loop around the whole place. So the cars were in very predictable places at times. That being said, it's a city, so you kind of expect that, and that made it even more fun to blow up cars as they drove past you. You know, you pull out a grenade launcher and shoot a car as it's driving past you. It makes for a pretty awesome explosion, and I think I frustrated a lot of people blowing up their cars during that game. You can see that content going on here right now. Something that I thought was a great little concept during spawning in for your cars as well is that you can actually customize what weapons pop up inside your car. So if you upgrade your car and you've earned enough points to actually unlock these upgrades, you can decide to put certain weapons or accessories in the boot of your car. So like, you can have an anti-armor accessory where it's like an RPG in the boot of your cop car that you've spawned into. You can have extra grenades, or there's a whole bunch of different stuff. You might see it in the class creation. I can't remember everything that was in there right now, but it's an awesome concept, and it's great to be able to have that kind of option there. Something else I thought was cool is there's a different selection of melee weapons now, so you can grab, like, you can get a freaking sledgehammer, you can get a, I can't remember if there was a samurai sword or a katana in there, but I know you can get a golf club, and they can be gold, so that's all you need. Just make a gold baseball bat, and then you're done. You have a baseball bat as well, which is pretty cool. Custom melee weapons, which is very, very cool, and the class customization is very nicely laid out as well. I found, like, the first time I played Battlefield 4, when I jumped into that game, I had no idea what I was doing, but when I jumped into this game, the first time I'd seen it, I had to kind of have a quick glance around, and then I could understand exactly where everything was nice and quick. So class customization screen for myself was very well laid out, and I could navigate it very quickly. And the guns that were in the game that we were given to use straight away were pretty awesome as well. So everything was unlocked. We had free roam of everything that was going to be in the game. Unless anything changes later, possibly, who knows. There are some other accessories in there too that are very cool, like the grappling hook and the zip line. So depending on where you are and where you shoot these weapons from, you can, you know, grapple up the side of buildings or zip line down to a certain place. So it makes traveling much quicker at times, especially if you're up on like high buildings. I can see a lot of snipers thinking, yeah, let's go and grab a zipline and zipline between roofs, and hopefully that doesn't make for more trolling and sniping and camping and all that kind of business. But with these kind of game modes, you really can't afford to sit around and camp and snipe the whole time. So yeah, very positive outlook on that kind of aspect of things. We didn't get to play the campaign, by the way, so if anybody's sitting here thinking, come on, talk about the single player, I didn't get to touch that at all. So that's something that I'm keen for when the game does finally get released. I know Battlefield at times is not very renowned for its campaigns. People are like, oh, why bother playing the campaign? Just get on the multiplayer, blah, blah, blah. I like the campaigns, so shush your mouth. I like playing the campaign, and I'm keen to see what it's like when it finally does come out. And you'll probably see some kind of content for that once it's released. I would like to get some thoughts about the game, by the way, or like opinions and feedback down the bottom in the comments. A quick thing I'm going to touch on is what are your thoughts on Battlefield Hardline being a standalone game as opposed to something that's going to be implemented into Battlefield 4 as like a massive DLC expansion or something like that, or like a skin for your characters instead. Personally, I'm glad that it's going to be a separate game. I think that having Cops and Robbers concept on a different game with its own story, its own new feel and look is going to be good, and I'm happy with what they've done and the decision that they've made. Leave your thoughts down in the comments below, and I'll read through those, and I will create some banter in the comments. I'll reply. I've got YouTube on my phone and all that shiz. We'll move on quickly to the other game mode, which was Heist. And after talking about Hotwire, Heist is basically Cops and Robbers, true to style, kind of, here's the bank, steal the money. Oh no, they're stealing the money. Stop them from stealing the money. So basically, the one that we played, or the map that I remember playing the most, was a bank, obviously in the city. You spawn in on two separate sides, and essentially the cops are in a position to defend that vault. Robbers have to push through the police and get through the defenses to actually crack that vault open in a number of different ways, and they take that money or take those bags to an extraction point. So this map, from what I remember, there were two different points you could get inside of this vault. One of them was to actually push through the police directly and get through the front door of the vault and kind of crack the front door and open that up and steal the money. And that one's very, it's very blatant, straightforward. This is where we're going to go through. The other option is to actually take to the roof of this bank and blow out the ceiling and fall down through the rubble and steal the money from that. Something that I did find to be a bit of trouble for some people was actually getting in, stealing the money, and then getting out with the other team, with the police. Very easily being able to camp that room at times. Now, yeah, when I played it, I did actually have a very quick game, probably because the other team didn't know where to go. And we ended up winning the game in, I think, a few minutes. It was like a 3 or 4 minute game, and I got 4 kills and no deaths. So I hardly had any time to do anything because the money was already in and out. But other games I saw ended up running for almost the entire time frame of the game, and ended up with the police not really, oh gosh, I can't even talk properly. In the end, the tickets for the game ran out because there was the police killed enough cops to actually win the game without the money going anywhere. So that game for the cops was very awesome. For the robbers, not so much. Ended up being a very one-sided match, and it's something that could happen. I don't know if they're going to create another way to get in there, just so there's 3 options to get in and out of that vault. Maybe there already is 3, but from what I remember, going inside that vault, there wasn't an option to, there was only 2 ways to get in and out, and that's all I remember. If I'm wrong and someone was there and they remember that, correct me. Drop something in the comments and tell me, Chris, you're stupid. There was 3 ways. But as far as I remember, there was only 2. Yeah, as I said, keen to see this game come out. Had a lot of fun playing it. They're both very, very fast-paced game modes. Heist more so in the sense, or not more so, they're both very fast-paced in themselves, but Heist is fast-paced in the sense that you've got a timer, and the Hotwire game mode is just very fast-paced in the sense that the cars are physically very damn quick, and so are the motorbikes. And you got to think fast and get shit done in a timely fashion. Otherwise, you're gonna lose the game. You're gonna be real bad and sad. Be bad and sad. MA. That's the end of this rant. That's the end of my video. I just really wanted to do something to vent my opinions on the game so far and my experience on it. If you guys have any thoughts, or if you were there at the event, feel free to drop a comment and share your experience, share your thoughts on the beta so far. Let me know what you've been thinking, and I will see you guys online. I'm going to possibly download the beta. I've just been given Evolve as well, so I'm going to play a bit of that too and see how we go. But I'll try and get some content up for you, and sorry that this video has been so long since the last one. It's been far too long, and I'm glad to be putting something back out for you. See you guys in the next video. Thank you very much for watching, and this has been another video with Holmes 5. Comment, rate, subscribe, do all the cool stuff, and subscribe down the bottom to become a homie. See you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!